and then we unhook this and the car's fine. So don't ever buy one of these for your Camaro.
So it's Zeus's birthday today. He's what, 8?
He's 8.
8 years old. Happy birthday, Zeus. All right, bye.
There you go.
Happy birthday, buddy.
No, you don't need to go tell him that. Come on. Come on. What's going on? He's doing it. I know. I know.
Ooh, leaving up my ARP fasteners right now. I should really put some gloves on for this.
And then Eric is working on the new Texas Speed short block. We're actually changing the cam setup as well. Going with a different cam.
You alright, man? Yep. Speaking of yep, where's Frank?
Dog?
Frank's been gone, dude.
Yeah, he
Matt's
has.
really concerned.
You've got some schmud on your face.
Probably. Wouldn't be surprised.
Where are you going? Looks like you're crying.
You know what it is?
Black tears.
Something we talked about earlier.
What's that?
Grease. ARP grease.
Yeah. Stuff gets everywhere like anti-seize. Or as Matt calls it, never seize. Ah, you f***ing
I think that's what you thought.
Still looking good. Full 6th gen with a whipple. And for 2.
Yep, and some headers.
No camera.
Don't believe so, no.
Doesn't sound like it.
No. It's gonna smoke because it's got some header wrap on it.
I was gonna say I can already smell
Yeah,
it.
it smells terrible. So it'll probably, I made like a half a pull and it was just like pouring smoke out. I'm like, and then I realized it had header wrap on it.
Gotcha. So it might smoke a little bit more.
It will definitely smoke some more, that's for sure.
You wanna tell the people the issue we had with this?
Yeah, it took us about 2 days to figure out what the hell was wrong with it. Actually, it took us like a day to figure out why I couldn't flash it, and if I flashed it, it would run on like 3 cylinders and go into reduced engine power right away. And then we realized that if we unhook the battery and just hook it right back up, that it would run fine. Then it took us like another day to realize that it was this worthless piece of eBay causing it. The throttle controller, this junk. I don't know what it was doing to the tune, but if I flashed it with HP tuners, I could even flash the stock tune back in it.
It still did.
And it would literally run like it was running on 3 cylinders. It was in reduced engine power, like nothing would work. And then we unhook this and the car's fine. So don't ever buy one of these for your Camaro. People think that it makes the car that much greater. Literally, the only thing that it does is tell the computer that you're giving it more throttle than you actually are. So that's why it feels faster. If you push the pedal 20%, it puts the throttle, say 40%. So you're like, oh my God, this thing's fast. Floor it. It's not any faster. I can do the same thing in the tuning. I don't, but I can.
It's a placebo effect.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, just push the gas pedal down further if you want it to feel fast. And we wouldn't have spent 3 days trying to tune this thing because of that.
Yeah, we didn't know what totals it was on it. We kind of had to find it.
Yeah, because they're plugged up in the gas pedal, like under the dash.
Once we're done tuning this thing, we'll show you what it was doing.
I'll show you how. I'm gonna plug it back in and flash it. We'll show you how it was running. It was pretty terrible. It would go into reduced engine power like as soon as I flashed it.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to start it, so I could tell that it was doing it. And then we would unhook the battery, hook it back up, and the car would run fine. Super weird.
Literally, I'm filming them, and all of a sudden you start this, and it sounds like it's a 4-cylinder. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds like it's in DOD mode, like, at idle.
Yeah, Matt just put plugs in it, and then I started it, and he's like, and then I'm like, what the Matt? He's like, it didn't run like that a minute ago.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was it.
That sucks. So, yeah. Never buy one of those junk.
Yes. Yes, they are junk.
Save your money.
Didn't help me tune this thing, that's for sure.
Alright, well, now we will see what it will do. I'm assuming it's got a pretty big pulley on it since stock.
Yeah, I think it was only running like 7 pounds or something.
Okay.
Stock pistons, so it's not going to run any more than that.
Yeah. So bad.
It smells so bad.
It's horrible. It's like wafting into the car too.
Please don't ever do this on your car.
Oh my god.
There is no scientific fact behind it helping it. Especially on a stainless header.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's gonna smell the inside of the car up.
Yeah.
It smells so bad. It smells like terribly burnt plastic
Yeah.
and like gear oil mixed. If you can picture that smell, that's what it smells.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to break in, burn off. Just the whole shop just covered in smoke.
I need it smells really bad.
Clear
It gave me a headache. Dry eyes.
Dry eyes. Clear eyes.
God, it's bad now.
This thing's getting up there in the boost. That was like 9.5 pounds.
9.3, yeah.
A little spicy for a stock piston.
Yeah, I don't really have a ton of timing in it. Like 16 degrees.
Okay.
Is what it is. I just can't go aggressive on the timing, you know. Not aggressive, but I just have to keep it low because of the boost.
Yeah.
It's mainly all about cylinder pressure.
Yep.
It would make just as much power on 6 pounds and 20 degrees of timing than it would on 9 pounds and 15 degrees of timing. It's
6 one, half dozen the other.
That's it. It's not making a ton of power. I mean, 557 right now, so it might make another 10 or 15. I don't think it'll make much more than that.
So what, auto?
Yep.
It's about 150 more than stock.
Yeah. It's not bad for headers in the blower. Be a fun car.
Yeah.
Especially being auto.
Now that
The Whipple tune that was in here had no torque management on the upshifts though, so the trans would have lasted a really long time like that. Heavy on the sarcasm. Let's just take that out of there. It'll shift good.
So Matt plugged the thingamabobber back in, the throttle controller thing, junk.
Yes, he just plugged it back in. I'll show you. It starts fine now.
Sounds fine. Flash the same.
I'll flash the exact same file. I'm not going to flash the TCM or the fuel pump control module. And generally before, as soon as it would be done flashing, it would go into reduce engine power. Like I wouldn't even have to start it. Like just when it was just about to finish flashing, it would go into reduce engine power. And then I would start it and it would be literally like
4 cylinders.
not, if that, dude. It sounded so bad. See, look. Engine power is reduced as soon as it finished writing the complete. Like right away. So this was after the fact. I didn't even realize that it was doing it right away. But and listen to this thing when it runs. I don't want to run it for that long.
It sounds so bad.
It's so bad. And literally we can unplug it and then I tuned it, so I flashed it 15 times then and it was fine. That was an odd one for me.
Yeah.
You want to unhook this junk, Matt?
You even need to flash it again, or just...
Yeah, I do, because I need to take it out of reduce end. Whatever it flashes in there is what is like corrupting the file. So I'm literally just going to flash the exact same file back in there and it'll start perfectly fine.
Okay.
And what did you say? Drive this thing around the parking lot?
Yeah, it's because it's got the lights for the...
Oh, it's on the dyno, you know how it says.
Yeah,
that.
I'll do it in the morning.
I'm going to do the same thing. I don't need to flash the trans or the fuel pump control module. And there you go.
Sounds fine.
Yep. No reduced engine power, just need the gas.
Well, that's much better than 4-cylinder, 2-cylinder mode, whatever the hell that was. Okay, well there you have it. Once again, do not buy those for your car. So Eric's got the engine in. Looks like he's already got the headers on and everything too. Oh, look at you getting the light. What a
Well,
guy.
I need the light, so I wasn't getting it for you.
No, okay, all right. Well, that makes,
Just so you know.
makes a lot more sense.
Just so you're aware.
I'm aware. Thanks, pal. So we did change the cam. Got a lower, well, an ATI balancer. No,
Yeah,
nothing. Stock size. Same heads, obviously. Everything else is pretty much the same. We also got the cats, so it did have high flow cats before. Now it does not. It's also getting a Cook's axle back, so say goodbye to the super sleeper status. It's now going to be loud. I was going to say large and in charge, but...
Large and in charge and looking for chickies.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what that's from?
I don't actually. What is it from?
Is this queer? Is this queer?
Oh, Joe.
These babies are large and in charge and looking for chickies.
You think that's queer? Is this queer? They're large and in charge and looking for chickies.
Joe Dirte. So yeah, this thing's not going to be quiet anymore, unfortunately.
Certainly won't be.
We are also going to try to find a tire for it, because these are going to be useless if they were not already. So yeah, say goodbye to the sleeper status, unfortunately. Customer said, you know what? Let's go all out. I'm not mad at it. Oh, and we're doing a fuel system and putting E in this time, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure are.
And Matt pretty much has this C6Z wrapped up. He's going to start it shortly. What's up with this thing?
Trying to figure out the fan.
Is this the issue he was telling us about? That's why he unplugged the AC fan, I guess.
Yeah. Engine running. Cold. It's sitting right where it is now. Is that thing being commanded on right now? That's their module? That power is coming from the fan.
What's up?
The cog drive on the back of the blower.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Instead of just your average belt, spinning the blower a little faster.
Louder.
What's that?
It's a little louder too, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but you don't want this belt slipping, so with the cog set up, you're not going to have that problem.
That's nice. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see that once it goes in anyways. Looks nice.
That's it.
Okay. So a little SS for a tune.
Bill special.
Bill special. This one's got an intake though. Bill don't have an intake. 14 those.
Bill had mufflers though.
Yeah, but the Axleback don't do anything. Intake.
You don't know that. Did you ever dyno test it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Sing enough.
See enough of you.
We are going to do something interesting on this. We're going to do a pull, shut the hood, do another pull, and show that the hood shut is absolutely nothing. Just because.
It's because I got nothing but time.
I mean, I might as well make something interesting out of SS with an intake. Let's make it interesting.
Okay.
Little comparable comparison.
Dyno in reverse. See if it makes negative
Don't
power.
throw that out there now. People are going to wonder. The roller doesn't spin that way, does it?
It don't matter which way it's been.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just an optical sensor.
So we did 2 bass lines. Shut the hood. Best as we can. I don't want to crimp the wire. I mean, basically it was going down because it was getting hot anyways. 2 and 2, but it already dropped 3 and 2 from the first pull to the second pull. So we did another one, pretty much the same. We'll open it back up. The one went away, but it was open, closed, closed, open. It's literally the same. It's just gonna keep dropping because it's getting hot. So dropped 7 from being closed to open, 4 toward. So there you go. Constant drop, no matter what position the hood is. Back-to-back holes.
Well, we didn't test it in the middle.
Do what?
We didn't test it in the middle.
Middle.
Yeah, you said no matter what position the hood is.
Oh my god.
Test it open and closed.
There's open and closed.
We didn't test it in the middle.
So stupid. Pretty good. Still higher than the first highest baseline. So you have a little update for me on the fan situation?
Yeah, last night me and Fran put the factory scan tool in it so we could read AC pressures. And the high pressure switch was reading like 500 psi, like, you know, kind of like I was thinking. Which it thinks the pressure's that high, so it assumes the condenser's melting.
Right.
So it's running the fan nonstop.
So that's why he unplugged the AC fan when it came in. I guess because it kept running.
And the air conditioner because it's unplugged.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would run for like a solid 3 minutes after you turn the car off. But it's just like a fail-safe mode to try and cool down the condenser and get those AC pressures down. So what I found was the high pressure switch, the low reference wire was shorted the voltage, and it actually burned a hole, not a hole, but burned the pin in the computer and pulled the pin right out of the computer. So we had to put a new ECM in it. Right now I'm just waiting for Fran to flash it. But I ran a new wire, rechecked all my voltages, and everything's good.
So he's got to like program all the keys and stuff.
Yeah,
like that back to it.
you
It's
gotta
kind of a
do
pain.
everything. You gotta flash BCM, flash ECM, and program keys. Yeah, because it's a brand new computer. And then once all that's done, he's got to flash his HV tuners file into it. So also, while we were in the fuse box messing with the other problem, he's got this Alki kit. The relay's right here. And Alki has you take the fuse box apart and tap the bottom of the connector to the fuel pump reference. And that's how it controls it, the power for it. And they use just like a fuse tap type deal. Which, yeah, we're not a big fan of those, so I took that out while I had everything else apart. Re-tapped it from the bottom, soldered it. And this is the wire that ran along the firewall and dipped down a little too close to the header, so I redid that as well.
Wow. Yeah. That thing got melted.
It's a power wire. I mean, the wire's okay, but it's just this cheap loom that melts at like 78 degrees. Yeah, so I just kind of redid the relay and how all that was, so.
Okay, nice.